we'll just start. I'm just going to mute everyone as usual. All right. So we're going to start lying on your back and just have your knees bent, lying flat on your back. And we're just going to slowly get into our hips. And start a little bit of fluid movement in the spine just to try and iron out this little bit of kind of stickiness and stress that probably goes along with all this being cooped up at home. So just lying back, knees bent, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, open your mouth and just sigh out, just spending a little bit of time bringing your attention to your mat, to this moment. Another deep breath in. Long, slow exhale. See if you can start to expand the chest a little more with your inhale, letting the belly soften. And long, slow exhale. And then just one more breath. Long, slow exhale. And with the next inhale, we're just going to raise your arms up behind your head, so reaching the arms behind you. And then as you exhale, bringing them all the way up and over and resting the palms next to you. Two more of those. Inhale, reach the arms up and over. And exhale, bringing them up and back to palms resting on the floor. And then one more inhale, reach the arms up and over, leaving your arms up behind you. So reaching the arms behind you and drawing either one at a time or both together. So scoop the belly and lift the knees, bringing the knees up towards the chest. And on every exhale, we're going to scoop the belly and just try to squeeze the knees towards your chest. Put your arms above your head so that you're not tempted to use the strength of your arms. So just trying to connect with that core, scooping the lower belly and squeezing the knees in towards the chest with an exhale. And inhale, let them release. And exhale, scoop the belly, maybe squeeze the sit bones, drawing the knees in towards you. Just three more of those, just playing with letting the knees float away. And then using those deep core muscles to squeeze the knees towards your chest. This is also getting into those hips, having a little bit of hip flexion there. Scoop the belly and squeeze the knees. And then on this last one, inhaling, letting the knees go back, squeeze the knees into the chest and bring the arms up onto your knees, letting the weight of the hands bring your knees a little bit closer. So just showing you where your range of motion is. So you might notice that the knees come a little closer to the chest now. And now you're going to squeeze your belly and scoop those abdominals just to show yourself where you can develop a little more strength there to bring those knees a little bit closer. So we're just going to rock from side to side, letting that lower back get a little bit of a massage, just rocking gently. And then some of you have done this little hip warm-up flow before. If it's a little too quick, don't worry, just take your time. We're just trying to get into all the motions of the hips. So as you exhale again, we're going to draw the knees into the chest. As you inhale, we're going to straighten the legs up. The knees don't have to straighten completely. And then exhale, draw the knees into the chest again. And inhale, straighten the legs up. And exhale, try and scoop that belly, try and connect that deep core action with drawing the legs in. And one more, inhale, reach the legs up. And exhale, scoop the belly, draw the knees into the chest. On this inhale, we're going to keep the feet together and open the knees apart. So it's opening the knees, keep the feet together. As you exhale, squeeze the inner thighs and scoop the belly, bringing the knees back to each other. And then inhale, open the knees apart. And exhale, squeeze those inner thighs. Try to find that core action between the hip bones, draw the knees together. So this should be just gentle movements, really focusing on bringing awareness to the core and leg connection, particularly those inner thighs. Exhale, squeeze. And last one, inhale, open the knees. Exhale, inner thighs squeeze together, bringing the knees in. So now on the inhale, we're going to lift the legs up to straight. Exhale, squeeze the knees into the chest. Inhale, open the knees apart. Exhale, squeeze the knees together. Straighten the legs with the inhale. Exhale, scoop the knees to the chest. Inhale, open knees apart. Bring the knees together on that exhale. Lift the legs up, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the knees into the chest. Inhale, open the knees apart. Bring the knees together, exhale. Lift the feet above you, inhale. And last round, exhale. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Open the knees, inhale. Bring the knees together, exhale. Lift the feet up, inhale. And exhale, drawing the knees into the chest. And just popping those feet down onto the floor. Step the feet wide of the mat. And then drop both knees to the one side. So you're windshield wipering. Just gently moving from one side to the other. So your hips should be a little bit warm already. So this should feel quite nice. But just take your time to move through each movement from one side to the other. Just noticing which parts of the hips or the lower back, the knees or the ankles are feeling particularly sticky. Maybe stay in that area for a little bit and just breathe into it. Slowly moving from side to side. Checking in where your hips are today, what's going on with my body today, not worrying about any expectation as to where you should be. Just taking this grounding part of the practice to check in where you are. Nice. And then bring the knees together and just drop them. Keep the feet where they are and just drop the knees together and bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and just take a nice deep breath in. Feeling your body expand with the inhale. Feeling that openness and softness. And then as you exhale, just connecting those muscles up the front of the spine. So finding those deep core muscles, connecting with that spinal core strength. And then inhale, just letting everything go, let everything open and soften. And then as you exhale, drawing everything in again. So almost like you're sucking all those belly muscles in towards the front of the spine. And inhale, open. And exhale, drawing those belly muscles in towards the spine. And then we're going to bring those knees back in towards the chest, resting the arms on the legs, and maybe this time lifting the head, bring the chin towards the chest, and squeezing the head towards the knees. And then releasing the head to the floor, drop the feet to the earth, put the soles of the feet together and open the knees apart. So you're in a Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Just take a nice deep breath here. Really starting to explore how you feel when your hips are in these different positions. So now they're externally rotated. This is quite an open pose. And just breathing. And then squeezing those knees together. Always paying attention as to how you get to where you're going. Do I use my inner thighs and some core? Or do I just throw my legs up? How am I moving today? Drawing the knees into the chest again and just rocking from side to side. And then we're going to start rocking backwards and forwards. So you might want to put the palms on the floor, just lifting the bum up, and then slowly coming all the way up to seated. And then rocking gently back again if you want to. Otherwise, just staying up, seated with your knees bent and your head on your knees, or doing a few of these rock and rolls. So these they might feel good, they might not. Only do them if this feels really good for your spine or really nice on your spine. And just one more. Coming up to center and then crossing those legs and leaning a little bit forward, moving nice and slowly into a forward bend. And just checking in with those hips again. So you might want to sway from side to side. Nice deep breath. And then we're going to do some circles. So you're going to circle the top of the body around your legs. Slowly moving through the front, coming up again, just moving nice and slow. Oh, and just feeling which areas in your hip, which areas, and you can bring the shoulders in as well if you want to move the shoulders a little bit. It's just a nice way to check in with the spine, the hips, and the shoulders. And try not to be too judgmental. You're probably finding areas that are feeling a bit tight. Just slowly be patient with your body, breathing and moving. And then we're going to go the other way. So we did about 5 circles on this. So take your time and observe what's going on in your body. Check in. Take nice deep breaths. If you're noticing that your mind is moving away from the practice, just slowly draw your mind back. Let whatever thoughts that are coming into your head stay there for a moment, acknowledge them, and gently ask them to move along. I know there's a lot going on with everyone at the moment. Let's just try and focus on your breath and just observing your body right now as it is. All right, and then we're going to come forward with our arms reaching out. So try and connect that front of the body with you. And then exhale, draw the fists into the waist and lifting the knees up, squeezing the body towards those knees. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale. If you want to, you can maybe lift the feet off the floor as well. Inhale, reach. This is a little more core action going here. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And on the last one, we're going to come into a nice little boat pose. So the first boat pose is quite early in the practice. So take support. Maybe the hands need to be behind you. Maybe the feet need to stay on the floor. Wherever you are, finding that perfect place where you've got lots of action in the belly, but your back is supported. Your arms are nice and relaxed. You've got some action in the legs. Taking a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, maybe see if you can find more muscles up the front of the spine, lengthening the spine as you're in this shape. And then we're going to cross the legs, but switch them the other way around, crossing over. And just take a little gentle forward bend here, because it's a little bit different in the hips with the legs the other way around. And then we're going to do circles with our hips in this position as well. So 5 circles round. And just seeing if you can just stay with just this for a moment, just for now. Nice deep breath. Seeing if these movements are creating space and warmth in the body. And just one more. Find your breath. And going the other way. So nice and smooth, rolling around, feeling how the hips feel how that lower back is feeling, maybe getting the shoulders into this a little bit more. Checking in with the upper spine, middle spine, lower spine. Just 2 more of those. Nice deep breaths. Remember to breathe. And then same as last time, leaning forward, reaching the arms out in front of you, and then trying to find that core stability. So press the sit bones, scoot the belly, squeeze, and lift the knees. Bring the shoulders towards the knees. Inhale, exhale. Maybe the feet come off. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then the next one coming into a boat pose. Inhale, reach, exhale, lift up, unwind the feet coming into that boat pose. Nice deep breaths here. So we stay for 5 breaths. Remember to check in with your internal cues, guys. Always checking in with your breath. Also, the ground. Am I able to press my sit bones and send them forward? Am I able to lift and float with my core? If those things aren't happening, just take a little back off, either the feet or the hands, and then find that energy again and strengthen yourself. Be patient with where you're at. If you're finding it too easy, then challenge yourself a little more. And then we're going to cross the legs. Remember to practice tucking them underneath you and then lifting up, coming over onto all fours. Obviously, if that doesn't work, you can send the legs to the side, coming into tabletop. Let's do 3 nice cat-cows. So lengthen the front of the body, open the heart. And exhale, rounding the back, lifting the spine up to the sky, drop the chin. Inhale, lift and open, lengthen through the front of the body. And exhale, lengthen the tailbone, scoop the belly and find those muscles to push the spine up to the sky. And then coming back to neutral. So you're going to reach your right arm out in front of you and lengthen your left leg behind you. So I don't have space here to straighten my legs, so you guys are going to have to. So the leg is straight, and then we're going to exhale, squeeze the knee and chest into the chest. Sorry, knee and elbow. Inhale, reach, and exhale. And just one more. Inhale, and exhale. Try and lift and scoop your belly as you do this. And inhale, reach the arm and the leg, spread your body, and then place the hand and foot down on the earth. If you need a little breather, send the hips back, coming into a little child's pose. Actually, everyone do that just to reset a little bit. So send your hips back to the heels, coming down to the earth. So remembering to support this pose if you need to. So if you're at home, hopefully you've got a pillow or something around if you need to support the head, or to place something behind the thighs, in between the calves and the thighs. Take a nice deep breath here. I love this pose to feel the back of your body as you're breathing. And then slowly coming up to that tabletop again. Knees are underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. The left arm reaches, right leg behind you. Try and keep those hips nice and square. Keep this nice and stable at the lower back. And then scoop the belly and squeeze the knee and elbow into the chest. Exhale. 2 more of those. Inhale. These poses, it's up to you to generate that energy and that fire in your core. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Find that scoop in the belly. Lift the belly. Squeeze the knee. Exhale. Reach your body. Make yourself as long as possible. Place the hand down and the knee down. Open the knees. And again, press back to that child's pose. Rock from side to side in the hips. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to walk the hands over to the left. So just coming into a little side bend in your child's pose. Take a nice deep breath. If you've walked to the left, you're going to reach that right hand, just gently creating some length in the right side. Paying attention to how your breath can deepen the pose. And then walking back to center, just take a moment at center. And then walking over to the right. Reaching that left hand a little bit. Just remembering always in these shapes that we put our bodies into, to find a place where you've got some calm and stability, and then use your breath to create depth in the pose. So don't go too far and then find yourself somewhere where it's stressful. Rather go where you're nice and stable and then use your breath to find some extra space. And then walking back to center. And from here, we're going to move towards our belly. So slowly sliding onto the floor, coming into a little sphinx pose. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders and the forearms are on the earth. Press the tops of the feet into the earth, lengthen the tailbone, and lift the chest up and over. So you're trying to find as much length through the front of the body as you come up. Still trying to lengthen that tailbone so that that lower spine doesn't arch too much, just so you've got stability. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. And then you're going to look to the left and then looking gently forward and looking to the right. And then slowly coming down to lying on your belly. You're going to put the hands a little bit outside of the mat. We're going to do a little cobra, but with our arms kind of open so that the elbows are almost in line with the shoulders. We're going to inhale, come up into a cobra, and exhale, floating your belly onto the floor. So you inch by inch put the belly back on the earth. Inhale, lift, and open the chest, and then placing the belly button bit by bit, slowly letting your body release down to the floor. And one more of those. And lift with those core muscles. And then slowly peel, almost like you're peeling onto the mat. Good. And then resting on the forehead on both hands. So just resting here for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. Now feeling the front of your body as you breathe, the rib cage pressing into the earth. And then as you exhale, feel that sense of sinking into the mat. And then bringing those hands behind you again, we're going to come up through a plank pose. So this is obviously take knees for support or press those heels, make yourself nice and strong, pushing all the way up to a downward dog. Knees are bent, lengthen the spine, send the hips up over the heels so that you're creating that space in the spine before anything. So remember with your downward dog, especially your first ones, bend those knees, scoop your belly. So find the belly between the hip bones and scoop that in and up, squeeze the sit bones, send the hips back, and then press the fingertips and the knuckles closest to the palms into the mat as if you're pushing the front of the mat away from you, and see if you can get that sense of the whole pose moving in towards the legs and the hips. Take a nice deep breath there. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to step the right foot forward. So lifting that right knee into the chest, scoop your belly, try to get some height, and send the foot forward, dropping that left knee down towards the floor. And inhale, opening the heart. Just getting a sense of how you feel in this pose here. To stabilize these legs apart, squeeze those sit bones a little bit together, scoop the belly, and then slowly reaching the arms up. So your spine is a little bit warm from those cobras, but still practice lengthening the tailbone and lifting the waist and opening the heart. And then exhale, bringing those hands down to the floor again, and we're going to switch legs, but try and keep connection with your core. So tuck that back foot, straighten the leg. Lift your knee into the chest, step the foot back to a downward dog, sway the hips. Please keep a generous bend in the knees in these downward dogs. You don't have to have straight legs unless you really feel that you're getting that length in the spine, and then you need to straighten the legs. It's all about the spine in this pose. All right, and now the left leg has to come forward. We have to create space for the leg to come forward. So scoop the knee, step the foot forward, or drag it, or drop the knee and help yourself to get the leg there, dropping your right knee to the floor. Take some time to find some space in your spine here. So, or again, finding the core, lifting and opening the heart. And then to stabilize the legs, squeeze those sit bones, scoop the belly, and slowly coming up. If this is too much pressure on the knees or the hips, you're still learning to lift away, then just keep the feet down or place the hands, the hands down or place the hands on the knee. Take a nice deep breath here, lengthen tailbone, lift the waist away from the hips sinking towards the floor, getting that space in your spine. And then slowly bringing the hands down again. And then finding your core, so straighten that back leg, lift the knee into the chest, try not drag the foot back, and back to a downward dog. Swaying those hips from side to side. All right, and then we're going to go through a plank. So you're going to lift your heels up, lengthen the tailbone, and wave forward to a plank and open your heart. And then using your belly, bring the hips back up to a downward dog. Lift the heels, lengthen the tailbone, wave forward to a plank, and lift back to a downward dog. And then we're going to lift the heels, bend the knees, and place the knees down on the floor again. Coming all the way forward into a cobra. Inhale. And then exhale, bringing your right hand in front of you and resting your forehead on your right hand and reaching the left hand as you bend the left knee and see if there's space to grab onto that left foot. So don't worry if you're not reaching that, then you can just place the hand on the floor and squeeze the heel to the bum, just practicing finding that length through the front of the body. And then from there, we're going to do 3 just inhales, opening up, letting the body lift up with the legs. So press the foot into the hand, lifting the chest, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Just gentle, and exhale. And then slowly switching sides, so bringing that left hand under the forehead, reaching the right hand behind you, squeezing that right heel to draw the heel to the bum. Just check in with the side, check in with the knee, and then pressing that right foot into the arm, letting the body be drawn up. Inhale, open the heart, and exhale, come down. And inhale, open the heart, and exhale, and inhale. And slowly coming down again. We're going to make our way back to downward dog. So you can keep the knees on the floor, go through a tabletop back to downward dog, or you can go up through a plank all the way back to our downward dog. Swaying those hips. All right, we're going to step that right foot forward again. So squeeze the knee into the chest, step the foot. If it's not getting there, just help it. Bring the leg forward, drop that back knee. This time keeping the left hand on the floor. We're going to twist towards the right leg. So you're going to twist open towards the right leg. It's a closed twist towards the leg. Inhale. And exhale, coming down. And 2 more of those. So just take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hand down. And inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring the hand down onto the inside of the leg. We've been doing this quite a bit lately in class. So just staying here, taking a few breaths. Okay, and then we're going to open up into the side plank from here. So you're going to scooch this right foot around to the middle of your mat. Lean onto your left arm, make sure the shoulder's nice and strong, and come up into a side plank on your mat. Beautiful, guys. So the right leg is bent. It helps you practice getting that lift in your hips, reaching up and maybe opening the heart. And then today we're going to bring both hands back to the floor and bring that leg back into your lizard. And then stepping that foot back, doing the same on the other side. So the left foot comes forward, lift the knee into the chest, step forward, dropping the right knee to the earth. Right hand stays on the floor, scoop the belly and open to a twist towards that left leg. Inhale. And exhale, come down. So 2 more of those. Inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale. And inhale. This time bringing the hand onto the inside of that foot. And then again, walking that left foot all the way to the middle of your mat, lifting up into your plank. And you've got a side plank with that support of that left leg. Try and practice lifting the hips up. Hips are facing forward. Good. Find that core control so it's quite supported. Make sure that that shoulder is not drooping forward, that the head of the arm is drawn into the shoulder. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. See if you can open the heart. Good. And then slowly coming back into lizard from there. I know that's quite a difficult transition, bringing that leg all the way back. And then you're in the lizard. And then taking that foot back to a downward dog. Slowly moving the hips from side to side. Okay, and then we're going to walk to the top of the mat. So squeeze the belly in towards the spine, scoop. So squeeze the sit bone, scoop the belly, step the feet to the front of the mat, generous bend in the knees depending on your hamstrings. Hands on the earth, let yourself fall into a forward bend. So releasing the hands and grabbing onto the elbows, letting the head hang. If you're not used to doing forward bends, it's always nice to do it supporting against either on a bed or a chair, allowing the head to relax, but also not taking too much strain in the lower back. So remembering to be patient, allowing yourself to work your way into these shapes. Nice deep breath. And then pressing through the feet, soften the knees, strong in the front of the body, lifting all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. All right, and inhale, open that heart and lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. So we'll do a nice little sun salutation. Inhale, look up, open the heart, look forward. Exhale, feet to the back of the mat. Through a press up or chaturanga down to the earth. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, roll over the toes, lift up, downward dog. So we're going to step the right foot forward. You might feel like lifting the right leg up behind you first, and then squeezing the knee into the chest, stepping forward. Slide the left heel to the earth, come up into a warrior one. So I'm aware that my video has gone wrong. You still can't see me, but anyway. Okay, warrior one. And this time you're going to bring cactus arms. So these cactus arms are really nice for getting some release in the shoulder blades. So the elbows are at the same height as the shoulders. And you stay in your warrior pose. Still try and squeeze the hips towards the front, the small front of the mat. Just trying to find that deep core action there. Then you're going to inhale, open the heart. Lift and lengthen the waist away from the hips. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows together and scoop your belly in towards your spine, dropping your chin. So you inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round the back, scoop the belly. Nice big inhale and exhale. And then inhale back to those cactus and then reach the arms up overhead, coming into your warrior one or staying in your warrior one. And then reaching your arms forward. You're going to do the same thing we did with the knee on the floor, except with the legs going to stay up here. So you can spiral that heel back to above the toe. Put the left hand on the floor and open up to a twist on the side. Of course, if that's not accessible, drop that knee down and you can bring the feet closer. Holding that twist just for a little bit, but seeing if you can soften the upper back and open the chest and take a nice deep breath. And then from here, we're still going to try go back to that plank. So you're going to heel toe that right foot all the way around, coming into your side plank. And because we've warmed up our back, you might want to lift that leg into the plank and then put the leg behind you. Or you might want to stay with the leg in front. It depends on you and finding that wild thing pose on this side. So it depends where you're at. You never have to take my suggestions. Follow what your body says. So you could stay here and practice the strength or move all the way around. So I'm not even looking where you went. No one can see you. Do what your body wants. Find the space in where your body wants to go and you're feeling strong enough to move to. And then slowly coming back, bringing that foot back to the side. Just place both hands on the floor and scoop that foot back to a downward dog. Walking the feet all the way to the front of the mat. And doing the same one again. So bend the knees, press through the feet, coming all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bent or straight legs. Your body, your choice. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga, press up, take knees or not. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. To get that left leg up, maybe you want to let the leg float up behind you. Squeeze the knee into the chest, step the foot forward, slide the right heel, warrior one. And again, bringing those cactus arms into the pose. So inhale, lift and open the front of the body, slide the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, scoop the belly round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And cactus. Lift the arms all the way up. Holding your warrior just for a moment. And then sliding that back foot so the heel's above the toe. Reaching the arms forward. Dropping that right hand down to the floor. You can, of course, drop the knee. You can choose, up to you. Scoop the belly and spiral into your twist towards that left leg. Nice deep breaths here. And then slowly seeing if you want to go to the next place. You can even stay here. You can even go to child's pose. You know that. You can always back off or scooch that foot to the middle of the mat, coming into a half plank. And then if you want to, bring the legs to a full side plank. And if you're feeling adventurous, taking that leg behind, find your feet in this pose and use that lengthening of the tailbone and strengthen that lower part of the pose to try and stabilize. Take a nice deep breath where you are. Beautiful, guys. And then taking your time to come back, so you don't need to rush. You can do it nice and slowly. Good. And then coming back to that leg being in the front. And then bringing both hands to the front of the mat and lifting that leg back to downward dog. Nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, find some more length in your spine. Send those hips up and over the back of the heels. As you exhale, feel the softening in the shoulders and the back of the legs. And then we're going to walk the feet to the top of the mat again. Soften the knees, press through the feet, coming all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. We're just going to come into a tree pose. Balancing pose are really good stress busters. So just lifting your right foot. Remember to keep this left leg nice and stable. Squeeze the hip into center. It's not about how fancy the pose looks. It's about strengthening the standing leg. finding that core strength and bringing the foot to somewhere where you can find stability, but you're challenging yourself a little bit and practicing to keep your breath nice and even when things are a little tricky and you're feeling a little off balance. Practicing that nice smooth breathing, finding that calm no matter what's going on around you. That these balancing poses also teach us not to take off more than we can chew. So that's this delicate balance of still challenging ourselves and going for it, but then also not needing to come out too early or completely fall off balance. But that's why we practice it in yoga, because it's okay if we overreach and fall over. Just try again. And just 2 more breaths. So using those 2 breaths to either stay there or really take your time to slowly undo the shape. Gently bringing the leg back. Seeing if you can hold the leg and not just let it fall. Squeezing the knee. Maybe straighten the leg out in front of you, scooping the belly and dropping the foot down. Walk your legs a little bit. And then coming into that tree pose on the other side. This side may be completely different. Don't be hard on yourself. Observe what's going on with no judgment. And then 2 breaths left, your choice. You can keep the full breath here or really take your time to slowly undo the pose. See if there's a little bit of strength at the end to lift the leg and put the foot down. And then slowly walking your feet, releasing the hands, and just standing in mountain pose for a moment. Take a little second to feel the effects of your practice on your body. Filling your lungs with air. See if you can release the shoulders as you lift and lengthen the waist. And then before we come down to the earth, we're going to do breath of joy. So I'll just demonstrate for a second. So this is one of my favorite stress busters. So we divide the inhale into 3 bits. Some of you know this. Inhale into 3 portions. So the first bit of your inhale, you lift the arms up in front of you. The second portion to the side, inhale. And then the last bit of the inhale, throw the arms up. And then exhale, bend the knees and throw yourself forward as you exhale all that air out. So inhale forward, inhale side, inhale up, exhale, inhale forward, side, up, exhale, inhale forward, side, up, exhale. 2 more, inhale forward, side, up. Last one, forward, side, up, and exhale, drop there, And maybe even go down to the earth or come up and then move slowly down to the floor. You can go to a little squat or you can plop your bum on the floor, whatever works for you. I'm starting to go into this pose a little bit. Maybe bring the feet together and open the knees apart. And see if there's any space for you to come through into this garland pose. So some of us will be all the way up here. Some of us may even not want our knees to be in this position. So if you're finding that that's challenging, then just those of you who are in it, stay there. But you can pop into a Baddha Konasana and practice opening the feet away from each other while you're sitting in this butterfly pose. Otherwise, practice here. Some of you might even want to bring the arms behind you a little bit and drop the head to the floor. Scoop your belly in towards your spine. It's going to give you lots of space and lots of length in the spine. It's a lovely feeling. Nice deep breath. And then slowly bringing the hands forward. Those of you who would like to go into a little crow, you can pop up into a crow from there. It's quite a natural progression. Or coming onto the floor. So yogi's choice. And those of us who want to just roll down to the earth, sit bones towards the heels, vertebra by vertebra, drawing the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. Just taking nice deep breaths. I know we always encourage you to breathe in and out through the nose, but a good deep open mouth sigh always feels so good. Let's go of lots of tension. So give yourself that natural release. So we're just waiting for a few arm balances to join us. All right. We're going to drop both knees to the one side. So a nice gentle twist, bringing the top arm with you and then slowly moving the spine into the twist unless you landed in the twist nice and easy. Just always checking in with your spine. And then maybe turning the neck to look in the opposite direction. So just feeling if that's something that feels good for your neck, that last spiral of the pose. And if not, just look where it feels comfortable. So you can pop that, if you've dropped the legs to the left, you can pop that left hand on top of the right leg. And if you want to, you can straighten that right leg out. So if the twist is enough for you, stay there. If you're getting lovely sensation and you're feeling good, if you feel like you need a little more of a stretch, you can straighten that right leg. And because we did warm up into this kind of grabbing the bottom foot, the right hand can grab the bottom leg if it feels good. And then slowly undoing wherever you are. So both knees bent, coming back to center. Just check in with the spine, have a moment at center here with the legs above you. And gently rolling over. Maybe take the top arm with you just to check this side. And then slowly spiraling the arms to kind of a T position. Notice the difference in the two sides. And then if you feel like there's some space for something more, then bringing so if you've gone to the right, if you've gone to the right, you can put your right hand on the left leg. If you've gone to the left, put your left hand on the right leg and straighten that top leg out. And then seeing if the bottom leg wants to make its way around to meet that other hand. We've got quite a few breaths here. Always listening to the wisdom of your own body, guiding you as to what is right, what shapes are good for you, what feels good. And then using your breath to find a little more depth and space in the pose. And then seeing if you can gently let go, bringing back to the twist, and then coming back to center. Just rock gently, checking in with the spine from this side. Drop the feet to the floor. And then bringing the soles of the feet, letting the knees open wide. Try slide the shoulder blades down the back, softening the arms. And taking a nice slow breath. Before we move into Shavasana, try and take some cues from your own body as to what you still need for your practice today. So you might be wanting to do a bit of an inversion. You may just want to go straight into Shavasana. You might feel like you need a little more time in a twist, a back bend, or one hip just needs to be internally rotated. Whatever your body is telling you to do, we really want this yoga practice to help you to learn what your body needs. Don't worry if nothing comes to you. This takes quite a bit of practice. And you can always start to make your way into the Shavasana now already. Just check that your lower back is happy with that. You might need to bend the knees with the feet firmly on the floor just for a little bit, just to let that lower area settle. And then finding your little routine that helps you to relax in Shavasana. So we always like to say, let the toes fall open. The shoulder blades slide down the back, the palms turn up, and the chin moves a little bit towards the chest. Give yourself full permission to completely relax. Feel the support from the earth beneath you. Take the support. Allow your body to sink into the earth. Feel your right leg completely heavy sinking into the floor. And the left leg completely heavy sinking into the floor. The lower back releases. The spine releases. Feel each vertebra melting into the earth, taking all those back muscles with them. Allow the right shoulder to release. The left shoulder releases. The right arm, the left arm. Feel your neck relaxing. Feel your throat softening. The jaw releases, the cheekbones, and your eyes start to relax. And slowly taking a deep breath. Start to move your fingers, your toes. An inhale, reaching the arms up over the head. And as you exhale, drawing your knees into your chest. Taking your time to come out to wherever you feel like finishing your practice. So rock from side to side, maybe curl up into a little ball on the one side, supporting your head. And slowly making your way up to seated, or stay in Shavasana for as long as you can. Just finding some length in your spine, seeing if the shoulders can release just a little more. Just bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a nice deep breath. Just taking a moment to congratulate yourself for doing something for you today. And then bringing your hands to your heart, take a nice deep breath. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful for all of you joining yoga. It's so lovely to see everyone. I can't see everyone. There's a few people without videos, but thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a good week. Let me unmute you guys. Unmute all. There we go.
Thanks, Cayley. Take care.
I hope you have a lovely week.
You too.
Cayley.
Bye, Linda.
Bye.
Nice to see you again, Peter. She's gone. Debbie, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi.
I always turn off the video because it's on my iPad and stuff, and the signal gets weak. So
Yeah,
thanks.
I can imagine. Oh, it's nice to know you there. I can't see you.
Yeah, I'm
here as well. I can't see you, but
well, thanks so much.
Okay, have a lovely week. You okay?
Yeah, good.
Cool.
This helped. Definitely needed it today. So thanks so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
All right, see you Thursday.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye.